Okay, so to get started I used the e.l.f. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer over the entire lid, and then I used NYX's Jumbo Pencil in Milk, just right underneath the brow area and then on the lid area underneath the crease, or just going up to the crease. So first I'm going to be taking this brush here, and I'm taking this color right here, and this is the Wet n Wild Lust palette. So I'm going to take that color and then just put that on the brow area. And the reason I put the white, or the Milk Jumbo Pencil, on the lid is so that this color would come up a little bit lighter. And then the reason I used it on the lid is because I'm using Plumage from MAC, and it's not very pigmented. Comes out like that. So just so that it would stick better, I put it on top of the Milk Jumbo Pencil. You need something a little bit stickier, with a stickier base. So I'm going to take that Plumage, and I'm going to be using just a flat shader brush, picking up that color, and then you need to pat this color down, because like I said, it's not very pigmented, so it doesn't stick very well. So it's going to go on the entire lid area, just up to the crease. Okay, next I'm taking my 217 from MAC, which is the blending brush. This brush here, and I'm taking this color right here, and this is actually an eyebrow kit. It's by Essence, and it's called Eyebrow Stylist Set, and I think we only have one set. So anyhow, this is the lighter brown, like it's a taupe color. So I'm going to take that, get some of that on my blending brush, and I'm just going to pop that into the crease area, and I'm just going to keep my brush this way because I don't want the color to carry up too far. Alright, just like that, and then I'm going to go back with Plumage, using the same brush. I don't need to clean it off just yet. And I'm just going to take the color into the crease just a little tiny bit, just to blend it in. Okay, now cleaning off the brush, I'm going to clean that off, and then I'm going to pick up Sumptuous Olive by MAC. Looks like that. So I'm going to pick just a little bit of that up on the same brush, and I'm just going to place it right here on the inner corner and just dust it, or just kind of sweep it in. That's actually what I meant to say. Go back and then just sweep it. So you're not going all the way onto the lid area. And then pick up a little bit more and just do the same thing on the outer corner. It doesn't really show up all that much, but if you get up close, obviously you can see like there's a little bit of more dimension to the plumage instead of it being such a flat matte color. Alright, so next I'm going to be putting on my eyelashes, and I'm using this lash here. I don't know if it's going to show up. And this is Red Cherry 747M, and it's M for the medium length because they make a shorter length with the same style of this, and I think they make a longer one also. Alright, so I'm going to put my lashes on, and I will be right back. And I will post a link to my my eyelash tutorial in the information here. So I went ahead and I put my eyelash on, and then I put my concealer on, and then I set it with Makeup Forever HD powder. And So I'm not putting any eyeshadow on the bottom. So next I'm just taking Maybelline's the Falsies in, this is called Black Drama. So I'm just going to put that on the bottom lashes. And I didn't use any eyeliner because on the top, because of the way I put my eyelashes on, it's really difficult to see the line. But if you're not if you're not used to putting lashes on, then you might need to put on some eyeliner just to cover up the line. But I don't know if you can see, it's pretty difficult to see mine. But like I said, I'll post a link to my eyelash tutorial so you can see how I do it. Alright, so next I'm taking this blush by MAC, and I can't remember the name. It's not on the back. I think it might be Dame. It's just a dusty rose. It's this color here. So I'm going to take that, and I'm actually using this stippling brush from Sephora to apply it. I'm just going to pick some of that up and just place it down. I already did my contouring, but I don't actually ever show that on camera. So just place it down like that. If it comes over too far, then get your foundation brush or whatever it is that you use to apply foundation. If you use a foundation brush, all you need to do is just get it and then just like sweep it back in really lightly. But this is actually good too if you put too much blush on and then you just dab it lightly on top and it picks it. It doesn't, well actually it doesn't really pick it up, it just kind of masks what you did without putting too much product on there. Okay. I think I have enough on. Alright, so next I'm going to take, this is called, I forgot the name, it's called Silver Dusk by MAC, and it just describes it as an iridescent powder. I use it as a highlighter, and it looks a lot like the powder that e.l.f. has. I forget what it's called, but it was designed by Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to use this little brush here. This is actually, you know what, the number is not on here. Yeah, I don't know what the number is. Just a little tiny fluffy brush. So I'm just going to dip it into that powder. And then first what I do is I place it down and then I buff it in. Because you don't want it to look like just a streak of color. So pick up a little bit more and then just do the same thing, place it down and then buff it in. And it helps a lot when you're putting the highlighter on to turn your face so that the light is reflecting off of it so you can see it a little bit better. If you're like this, you can't really see what you're doing as opposed to going to the side. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, if you can see the difference of when it shows up. Alright, so next I'm actually going to powder my face, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD powder. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. So now for the lips, I used this color, I don't know what it's called, because it's super tiny, but it looks a lot like Dervish from MAC. So there's a little swatch of it, hopefully you can see that. Alright, so I just put that on the entire lip, and then I went with a lip brush. Actually not a lip brush, it's a concealer brush by e.l.f. But like I've said before, it's really good to use as a lip brush because it's round, as opposed to most of the lip brushes that are made. Those are usually square on the top. So anyway, so I used this, and so after I lined the lips, I just went and I just fixed the line a little bit better using the brush, and then just drag the color in towards the inside of the lip. Okay, then after that I'm taking Angel by MAC. looks like that right there. It's just like a dusty pink also. And it's actually a frost finish. I'm just going to get that and then just tap it onto the lips. You don't really want to disturb the lip liner that you put down. So if you just tap it onto your lips, you won't disturb the other color. Alright. Just like that. Okay, and then I took, this is called Flirtini, and this is from Ulta, and it's called Super Shiny Lip Gloss. It doesn't really have a color, so I'm not going to swatch it. I mean, it does have a little bit of color you can see right here in the tube, but when you swatch it, you don't really see anything. It just gives a lot of shine. And it has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm just going to put that on. It smells really good. It smells like cucumbers. Oh, and then I actually forgot to mention, when I contoured my face today, I took the contour brush, and then I just went through like this, just to darken up this area just a little bit so that the lip looks a little bit pouty, since it's a light color. Or if you have small lips, I don't have small lips, but I like my lips to look bigger. Alright, so that is the finished look. If you have any questions, let me know.